I want to challenge you today. You're just as special as everybody else. You're just as powerful as everybody else. Everybody wants to say, okay, well, here go 10 steps to, okay, Lewis said do 8, E.T. said do 9, this person says this to 12 steps, and everybody's trying to get the steps without the mentality. It's like, okay, maybe you don't need all 9, or maybe you don't need all 8, maybe you need 4, maybe you need 12, I don't know. But I think sometimes they see what we do and say, if I can duplicate that, just like exactly how he's done in the book, exactly how, and it's like, you have a story. You have a unique experience. And so your 12 are shaped by not just your world, but how your world has shaped your thinking. And I think that's the part they're missing. It's like, guys, if it was easy, everybody could do it. If it was a cookie cutter, everybody would just follow it to the T. But there's a mindset. And when I looked at Serena, Tom Brady, when you look at Michael Phelps, like it is a mentality. On our new album, The Resolution, I talk about, I got that dog. And I'm not really referring to just this, aggressiveness, but it is a mindset. I saw Belichick said something where, they were like, how you feeling about the Super Bowl? He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, we're 5 weeks behind.
The journey of success is going to be a challenging one for sure. No questions asked. It's going to be incredibly challenging for you to wake up every single day and try to better yourself than you were the day before. Because that's the big key. Making sure that you are improving upon yourself every single day. Making sure that you are better than the person that you were the day before. You always want to be striving to be better, no matter what. On days you wake up and feel extremely unmotivated, those are the days that you're going to have to work even harder. Because those days when you work, when you don't feel like it, you're going to look back and be so glad that you did, because that way you weren't defeated for a day. That way you woke up and won the day. You were victorious because you decided to take a step forward and progress yourself in your life in a positive direction, in which you will reap the benefits down the line once you become successful and achieve what you've wanted to achieve by pursuing your dreams and your aspirations. And the big key to that is just getting started, because your time is right now. The best time to get going on your dreams or whatever it is that you want to pursue is right now. The longer that you say you're going to push it off and wait, the harder it will become to start, because that's one of the most challenging things that you can do when trying to tackle such a daunting task, starting. Once you start and you get the ball rolling, it's easy from there. All you have to do is keep that momentum going instead of having to restart. So start as soon as you can.
I just feel like your gifts will make room for you. And when you're trying to be somebody else, you block your gifts. You block your opportunity. So you don't see me trying to throw a football. You don't see me trying to, put a basketball in a hoop. You see me speaking. You see me serving, helping kids get their GED. I blew up with teaching a GED class. That's how I became famous. And people always ask me, why did you start there? Because somebody helped me to get my GED. But I had just gotten a GED, so I'm like, hey, I got a GED. If I can't do nothing else, I can psychologically tell you how to get prepared for a GED. And then the GED went to, can you help kids stay in college? So I did that in college, and before you know it, I'm going off on a group of kids, and they call it the Secret to Success video. It wasn't meant to be a video, because here you are with an opportunity to get a 4-year degree, and you playing, and you doing partying and doing stuff that maybe other kids have an opportunity to do because they got a net to fall back on. Have a net. So man, I went off.
But in America, and it was funny, I was just recently in an interview, or had an opportunity to do a luncheon with Warren Buffett, and he was just saying that, this is the greatest country to be born in. This is the greatest time, to be born, in this particular country, social media, economics, just opportunity. So, I'm the American dream. I represent, what so many people from my community represent, a mom who had me out of wedlock, pregnant at 17 years old. My grandmother kicked her out, not because she didn't love her, but my grandmother kicked her out because she had 14 kids. And when I say the American dream, you're talking about not just my generation, but my mother, trying to finish high school and, getting a job in Detroit, working for Ford Motor Company. So, the journey started with my mom, and I took it from, my mom to an entrepreneur. But, I eventually dropped out of high school. I was homeless for about 2.5 years. And, through education, I think is where, I got my turnaround. I'm not saying degrees. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, going to school and really learning how to identify my craft, how to hone in on my craft, and how to sharpen that craft.
For some of you, the next level is just accepting that you belong there. Like forgetting your past, forgetting where you come from, not worrying about what you think you don't have yet. Just relax and you belong there. So the next meeting after, they trained me and we talked, the next call was like, yo, E, what you doing tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know, what's up? He was like, Warren Buffett's coming to town. I'm only inviting 30 people to come and I want you to be one of them. I'm like, I'm there. This one, you got to catch this one. There's a reason why I'm in this room, and I'm not the fourth richest person in the world, but I must be rich at something. I just don't know what it is. But I have to be a billionaire in an area, because if I wasn't a billionaire in the area, they wouldn't have attracted me. So I'm looking like, those malls you go to with the Louis and the Prada and my man sitting there, he was the dude that owned those. And then I would watch the game, the Cleveland Cavaliers game, and he would be sitting next to Dan at every game. They all like own property, like billions of dollars worth of property. And I started doing my homework and I was like, ooh, I see what they don't have though. While they have money and they do business, they don't have the human experience.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.